Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Jay and Carol YouTube page. I am Jay Mason, and this is my mother, Carol, and today we are together in the same place. We're apart. I live in Vancouver. Mom is here in Victoria, but I came over to the island to visit family, and we were able to do our Tuesday live with one another in the same room. And today we are joined by a fantastic couple in I believe Alberta. I'll let them introduce themselves. Milan and Rashmi, I let you take the reins here and say hi.
Well, hi everyone. And first of all, thank you so much for inviting us. It's an honor to be on your page. First time being on YouTube live, so we're so excited to be here. So yes, a little bit about us. My name is Rashmi.
And my name is Milan.
So we are actually coming live from Edmonton, Canada, and we are originally from Sri Lanka. We've been here like 13 years. Yeah. So just like everyone, we moved here for a better lifestyle for us, and we were chasing our dreams as well. So here we are, and actually now what we do is we have our online business, and we get to help people to start their own online business as well as we mentor them. So that's a bit about us.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So today we wanted to talk a little bit about what we do when we're practicing gratitude and talking about the book, The Magic. So it's part of our online training is every time anybody starts their own online business, it's recommended that they read this book. And there's a big reason why everybody is recommended to read this book. And that's because it works. When you actually practice this, because this book is kind of like a 28-day challenge book is what it is in a way. And when you practice all these steps, magic does really happen, and it's crazy. So we wanted to kind of have a little discussion about what the magic is and how it works. And yeah, Mom, do you want to start?
How we practice it. I've always been really big into personal growth. And when I hopped onto this business and saw the amount of personal growth that's involved in being successful, I was very excited. And I mean, I just hopped on with I don't know what word to use. Gumption, whatever. I hadn't read The Magic, but I had, really practiced things like law of attraction and being present. I'm a big believer in the power of now. But when I read The Magic, I loved that it was 28 consecutive days of exercises. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing to do is have homework. I keep telling Jay, I said, okay, so what program can we do now? Because I need some homework. I need to do some, have something every day that I'm moving my life to improve towards, right? Okay, that was all backwards. But anyways, so there were some takeaways from that book. And the first one was visualizing what you want before it happens. And that follows through with the law of attraction as well, right? Mm-hmm. And with that visualization, the important thing is to write it down. Mm-hmm. As far back as I can remember, my mom always said, anytime I said, oh, I wish I could have this, or I want this, and she'd point her finger at me and she'd say, write it down. She always said there's magic in writing it down. So that was one of the biggest things for me. I went, yes. But the visualization, I struggle with because I'm grateful for everything I have. I look around and I go, oh man, I feel so so blessed every day. But there are things that I want in life, and I have to remind myself to visualize what those things are. So in the book, she talks about writing down 10 of your top desires. So I did. I wrote down my top 10 desires. So that's just one takeaway. But I'll let you guys talk a little bit about how the magic works for you.
Yeah. What's your guys' take on?
To be honest, like, we are not like Carol. We were not much into reading before. We being honest. So, and honestly, when we planned to start an online business, we never thought that our life would change like this. Because honestly, we were looking for an option for financially. So that's when we just got introduced to this business. So, well, he started first at this business. I wasn't in. So he started in 2019, and he told me that, oh, you know what? There is a book you should read in our business because there are so many people has changed their lives. He told me, but as I mentioned, we were not into big reading. So I was like, okay, I will. It sounds great. I will. So anyways, it took time. In 2020, in the beginning of 2020, I decided because we were not really in great health, like mental health and physically. So I was like, I have to start this year like brand new, differently. So I started reading the book, and honestly, it's changed my whole life. I get goosebumps when I say it. I swear I have goosebumps when I say it because it literally changed my life. I wasn't much like a negative person, but I was never really using the words correctly. Now I know how, like, the power of words, right? Like, whenever we say something, it's automatically become us. So I never knew about that. I was saying all things, right?
Yeah.
But after I started doing the magic practice, like as you mentioned, 28 days, it was such an amazing time period of my life because I remember those time I was working night and day. So sometimes in the morning I work at 5 o'clock, so I have to wake up like 4 o'clock. So, but before, when I was doing this magic practice, I was so committed. I was like, no, I have to wake up. And I woke up so early and I was doing this. And whenever I was driving, I was keep saying like, all the gratitudes and everything. I was like, this is a new me. I've been changing. And
When
he
you're addicted to homework.
yes, he even noticed that how much I was changing because when you're frustrated, like you don't know how you use your words, it can like hurt people, right? Like I didn't know what I was doing, but since I read the book, I knew like the power of word, as you mentioned, power of now, visualizations, like all those things were new to our lives. Like we got to know so many things through this book, like about law of attraction, how to be thankful, visualization, like all those new things came to our lives and literally changed our lives.
Pretty much changed my life more than hers because I was a so negative person before. And thanks to Mike and Darren, and especially having a kind of like a book club in our business. So first of all, I should thank to our business because through the business I got to know about the book, right? So that's how they change our life. At the same time, we're also running the business too. So we're not talking about the business at this time, but I'm going to talk about the book mostly because I was a so negative person, and even though like I want to read the book, I wasn't a like good reader, so I was like watching Netflix. We were like average people, right? So come from work for work and then like binge watch Netflix and then after that cook something for dinner and next day go to work again. So we were kind of those people, and after that we got into this business, and we were like. Uh, because we wanted to get rid of that 9 to 5 grind. And since we started the business, and then after reading the magic and everything, we were start thinking positive everything. and because it was hard at the beginning, because to start change the mindset into negativity to the positivity right away. But somehow, like, she read the book, and she was like telling me, Mila, you should read it, you should read it.
He told me to read the book. He just read the book and he didn't do the practices. So I've been keep telling him, you have to do the practices. He's like, no, I think I'm good. I'm positive. I'm like, no. You have to do the practice. So
I
it
was
was
looking
like
for
ongoing.
shortcuts. I was looking for shortcuts. So I think I'm a good, like once I read the first few sentences, I like, okay, I can do this. Like, it's easy, but when you do it practically, it's kind of hard to do everything, right? So after like 6 months or 8 months, kind of, she finished the magic practice, and I started doing it. I was always a believer everything comes for, you had to wait for the best time to come in, right? So that was my right time to read it, and finally, my first thing in my life, like I did 28 days straight, didn't miss a day.
Wow, beautiful.
Amazing. Yeah.
Really a big thing for both of us because we were, as I mentioned, like our life was like completely new. We feel like we can literally see the old us and the new us. So that's how much it changed our lives.
Yeah, it's amazing when you actually practice it versus just reading it. Like,
That's right.
anybody can pick up the book and flip through it because it's a really fast read. But when it comes to actually putting them into practice and actually seeing what happens when you express that gratitude every day, and that, like, another big takeaway that we got from the book is having that magic rock. Mom actually brought hers out from her room, but mine is.
Actually, we have it too.
It's sitting beside my bed, and it doesn't. Every day you pick it up, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even after the 28 days is over, it's just a good reminder to remember to say thank you to whatever it was that day that you're grateful for, and finding something to be absolutely grateful for every single day is really important as well.
Yeah. And before it happens was a really key point for me. You know, like a lot of times we're grateful for all the good things that are happening. That's easy to do.
And at the same time, even the people like, well-known people like Thomas Alva Edison, and those people, they believed in magic, right? So they count all the steps that they are walking around the house every day, every single day.
Yeah. And be thankful for the mistakes that you make, because those mistakes are the things that will teach you. Like, as long as you understand the lesson in the mistake, then you move forward, you grow. But if you just make the mistake and then not be grateful for it, you'll keep making that same mistake over and over again. She talks about that in the book, and I really appreciated that part of it as well. Yeah.
Because so many people will sit there and dwell on their error, right? Instead of finding something to be grateful for because of that error.
That's right.
Right? So yes, you may have failed in this spot, but if you keep tripping on the same thing, you're going to keep tripping on the same thing. But if you trip on that thing and you look up and you say, okay, well, I'll fix it. Right? So,
or what was the blessing in this difficulty?
Exactly. It led me down the correct pathway.
This book actually led us to so many great things. Like we have our office right here in like by a window, and the road is right there, so we can see like the ambulance, like all those things. We always put magic dust from here. That's one of the things that we do, and also with our food as well. We always like to keep with the magic dust.
And at the same time, like you're out of 95 grind, right? So so people who's going after work after 5 o'clock when you're working on the business, and people driving by just throw the magic dust there.
Honestly, we do that from here.
That's amazing.
So cute.
Yeah.
That is so
So you guys can be like us working from home, right?
It's really nice to see a couple working together like that, right? And I just wanted to also comment about you first said, oh, I'm not like Carol, I don't do this, but I have quite a few years on you. I've been there where it wasn't way, right?
Yes, I think everyone has their time, and everyone is like ready. If you're ready to start new, there's always time for anyone. So
Yeah.
I believe in
The
that.
only thing is to act now, right? So
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
The last thing that the big takeaway that we take from this book is a great way to end this live session is by being grateful, by saying thank you 3 times. So thank you, thank you, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. And the highlight of that 3 thank yous is that the number 3 is the
Kind
word,
of like a divine number, right?
the word of creation in the universe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's something I knew.
I love reminding myself of that,
Mhm.
because, if you say, my mom used to always say, if you want to remember someone's name, say it out loud 3 times.
3 times.
There's magic in the number 3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One thing actually I started doing recently is I don't know if you're aware of like 369 the numbers. So I say gratitude. I write on my book in the morning 3 times, and the afternoon 6 times, and nighttime 9 times.
Oh,
That's
nice.
something I used to do that I started doing recently.
What a great idea.
Like new things I pick up, I feel like I'm going down the rabbit hole. Like after since I read the book, going for everything, affirmations, like crystals, all those things actually new in my life,
Like
and
meditation.
I'm so grateful for all of that.
Yeah, none of these we didn't have anything before, like until we read the magic. So
Yes, it's such a great place in our heart. That book.
Yeah.
I love it. I recommend this
Awesome.
book to everybody out there.
Thing.
So
Yeah.
I want to say thank you again to you guys. I want to say
Yes.
thank you to everybody watching this live and who may be watching the replay. If you're watching the replay and you're not following us, click the link below, like and follow our page. We're going to be here live every Tuesday with somebody new, talk about something else about the online space. And if you're interested in starting your own online business, we have a live webinar happening tonight and every Tuesdays and Thursdays evening at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The link is scrolling across the bottom there, but it is also in our bio. So click that, www.jayandcarol.com, and you can watch the live webinar.
Yay.
Thank
Welcome.
Yes.
thank you guys for inviting us.
Yes.
Our pleasure, and we look forward to chatting again in the future.
Same here.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, you guys.